that guy in this league for a lot of years. Just the addition, that kind of addition at this point in the season. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's exciting. Obviously, like you said, he's been a big-time playmaker in this league for a long time. He's really good at what he does, and hopefully he can bring that to us. Played against him a bunch of times, and definitely a guy that you star when you're playing against him. And understand what his strengths are. So, obviously, really happy to have him. I think he's a big, addition for our team. Just extremely disruptive in the run game, and kind of sneaky good in the pass game too. Just condensing the pocket in the pass game and in the run game. Just dominating. With his size and his strength and quickness. So, been really good for a long time.
You've had 4 guys on the offensive line play all 400 snaps for you. Just how important has that been to the overall success of the offense? Kind of some of the continuity that you had.
Yeah, I think it's been big. That group probably has to communicate as a position group more so than any other group maybe on the field at any time. So the more consistent that voice can be out there for them, the better, and the more looks and opportunities it looks at certain defenses and certain players, the more those they can get to see and as one unit, the better.
You've said countless times every year is a new year. You start over from scratch. The Seattle defense has changed over personally quite a bit. Entire Legion boom is gone, yet they're right there at the top. And what is it? What are the pillars of that defense that makes it so good consistently year in and year out?
Like you said, they have changed over quite a few pieces. They're doing a really nice job of reloading. They've got a lot of young talent, all along that defense. Some, old heads at linebacker that are still playing at a really high level. So that always helps as far as communication and getting them lined up. But, consistently for a long time had a really good rush. And I think this year is no different. Getting after the quarterback and it's in the pocket, making him get rid of the ball faster than he wants to, all that is a big part of it. And then, when you do throw the ball underneath, making whoever catches the ball pay. I think that's one of their biggest things. Obviously, for a long time, that was, the Cam Chancellor role. It's changed over, but, those guys are still carrying that torch, trying to hit with authority and make sure that, offenses get tired of doing that. And talented guys in the back end. It's flat-out talented dudes. They've got them all over the place. It'll be a big challenge for us.
You've had 5 straight games with a 100-plus passer rating. You're also your percentage of the rush that you're getting is part of the lowest of your career. Is there a correlation between the two? Is it the presser percentage, or is that just talk about having time in the pocket?
Yeah, that's quarterback's best friend. You know what I mean? Being able to evaluate, get through reads, not have to throw the ball faster than you want to. Now, it inevitably happens, in a game. Whether it happens a lot or a little is yet to be seen. But, when you do have to get rid of it earlier than you want to, just make sure you're being smart with it, putting it in a spot where, we're not going to get, something bad happen. So, that's part of it. As a quarterback, more time you have, the better. But at the same time, everybody's got an internal clock, and don't want to sit back there holding it forever.
I don't know if you've actually seen that stat. You're apparently facing the least amount of pressure in the NFL this year.
Is that like blitz, or is that just like?
Period. Just
I got you. Oh, okay.
20% of your dropbacks, so then it's best in the league.
Yeah.
Can you sense an improvement there versus last year in terms of how much pressure you're feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're doing a really good job. I think obviously running the ball is going to help. I think we do a good job of getting the ball out quick, mixing it with play actions. I don't think we hold the ball forever as an offense. I wouldn't characterize us as that. But when we have, dialed it up and tried to take some shots down the field, our guys have done a really nice job of blocking it up. So a little bit of combination of that, all 3 of those things, all 4 of those things, whatever it is, get you that number, I guess. I'm not an analytics guy, but yeah, it's good.
Anthony, just one thing about last week, the 2 touchdown catches by the tight end, the running back, short yard. Just looked like all the pieces just for one game were there for your offense. Was it about as complete as it could be? Did it feel that way or look that way at all to you?
Yeah, I think it felt good out there. Obviously, I think there were some things we could have done situationally a little bit better. Missed a short yardage or 2 there that we could have gotten. Obviously, got the 1. Had some miscommunications here and there, but I was proud of the way the guys played. but last week doesn't mean anything for us. You know, I mean, we got a brand new opponent, a really good football team coming off a bye week, coming into our house, a team that's, you know, perennial playoff team, and you know, got an all-around really good football team. So we'll have a big, you know, big challenge ahead of us. It's hugely important. It's another team. You know, last week I think Miami was leading the league in picks or whatever it was, and 11 of them or whatever. And you know, Seattle's got a bunch too. So they do it the same kind of way. Got some great plays by outside guys. Got some tip balls that have ended up, you know, guys rallying and making plays. You watch the games that, you know, when they play really well and they win big. You know, it's a big part of the game, and it's got to be a big focus of ours. I know it is for me. I know it is for all the guys on our team, to make sure that we control the football and make sure that, you know, we're not doing anything too careless with it. I mean, part of it's making better throws, part of it's making better decisions, part of it is, you know, all of us being on the same page. Like I said, I mean, turnovers happen for, you know, a bunch of different reasons, you know. Sometimes it's a bad throw, sometimes it's a miscommunication, sometimes it's bad luck, whatever it is. But just we're doing everything we possibly can to make sure that, you know, we're holding on to the ball as long as we can.
Mike mentioned the tight end touchdowns. Just getting back, Michael Roberts, a little bit more athletic than maybe some of the other options in that room. What does that give you in the red zone to have that athleticism at the tight end spot?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, really for us, all three of those guys do a great job. You know, they're all, you know, interchangeable parts. We can use them in a bunch of different ways. You know, Mike struggled a little bit with the injury there for a little bit, and it was great to get him back. And I know he was happy just to be out there playing again. He's a guy that enjoys playing football. You know, he's an athletic kid, like he said. Had some really good production in college, and has you know, been coming along. You know, there's a lot of work to be done. A lot of things that he can be better at. A lot of things I can be better at with him. But it was nice to, you know, get some production, you know, from him.